And so I appreciate Ogimakwe Cornstalk's efforts too, because she really brought this attention and pushed us to do this, because sometimes travel administrations kind of go slowly, so I appreciate your work on this, miigwech. And so my people have been here since time immemorial, since the time that Jesus Christ walked this earth. Our people were here. These are our waters. It is our job to protect. We're the natural stewards of the environment, of the land, and of the resources. And so we stand up and speak on behalf of all of our creation, our ancestors before, and all of our generations that will come here afterwards. So our voice was very loud during the discussions and during this plan that was being developed. The plan that the governor put out actually ended up being a pretty good plan. We were a little surprised by that, pleasantly surprised. And one of the first steps of that was to create this safety task force. And so it's an ebb and flow, because unfortunately the governor didn't see to appointing representation from Indian country. Why is that important? Not only because we are the natural stewards of the land, but also because we have a consent decree under federal law to protect our natural resources and manage our resources. The governor knows this, he understands it, the state is a party to that, the federal government's a party to that, and also we have a water accord of which the state recognizes, and we have a state tribal accord where we meet regularly with the governor, and so we talk about issues. We have a meeting coming up in a couple of weeks at the governor's residence, and he's going to hear from me that he didn't see fit to make sure that our voice is represented on that committee. Yeah. I hope that's not a mistake. I hope it wasn't on purpose. We're going to see what we can do about getting representation on that committee. So we have a team effort, and besides protecting the environment, so if you want to chalk that off as a liberal notion, we also are concerned about the economics of this community, of where we are in Mackinaw City, St. Nicholas across the river, and then over here is Mackinac Island. If a spill happens, the ability for them to stop that spill is marginal, especially if it happens in the wintertime under a couple of feet of ice. But if a spill happens, the U of M simulation shows that Mackinac Island within about 4 or 5 hours will be completely engulfed. The water intakes will be cut off. The public works person on Mackinac Island has said that will take at least 6 weeks for them to get the condition and cleared out so that they can drink the water over there. That means that the businesses on Mackinac Island will shut down. The Grand Hotel will shut down. The people will have to be evacuated from Mackinac Island. If they're not lucky enough to get off the island in the short window to get off the island, then they're going to have to fly off, and all of that additional expense. The economic impact in this community, so if you're not motivated by the best interests of the environment or some liberal notion, then certainly you should be concerned about the economics of this community. My voice was to push for an economic impact and a risk assessment of this. That did make it into the study, but if the governor wants to keep that momentum and be genuine in the approach, and the Attorney General, then they need to make sure an Indian voice is on that safety committee.